Producers, stop doing these ASAP. It's slowly killing your career. Number one is thinking that you can do it all from your bedroom. While you can make samples all through your bedroom or all in your bedroom, the real connections are made outside. So that means you need to step outside of the studio or outside of your bedroom to make real connections. So that means going to clubs, going to events where other people, other producers and artists are, or just network your way outside. That's how I made majority of my connections, and building that face card, having that face card and meeting someone in person drastically changes a relationship. Let's say there's two producers, both exactly the same quality, you could say. Number one just keeps sending me emails, hasn't tried to reach out. I've never met him in person. Number two doesn't really send me emails, but we've met in person. We met at a club. We had a good time. He wasn't some weird person. Then he sends me a loop, or he sends me ideas. I'll be a lot more likely incentivized to check out his pack. And then from there, it's like, oh shit, like he's really fire. Like I've got a perfect example of this. This guy had messaged me before and I didn't reply. And then I had met him at a club. He was the guitarist for one of my good friends who was performing. And then he came up to me after the show and he was just like, bro, I'm a big fan. I messaged you, blah, 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 blah. I respect what you're doing and what type of content you're posting, blah, 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 blah. And I respected him because he was the guitarist for my friend. So we had that mutual respect. Then turns out he became like a really good friend of mine, and like he recently came out to London. We grabbed dinner and stuff like that. It was super sick. He invited me to like the show he was playing at, and like we've had so many of those times. We barely even had studio sessions. We probably did like 2 studio sessions, 1 or 2. We've hung out more times in person outside of music than we have. So all that to say is, yes, you can make the music in the bedroom and you can send out ideas in your bedroom, but to make genuine connections, you need to get outside of your room and go to these clubs, go to these events and show your face. So that's the number one thing I would start saying, or start telling you guys do, making you guys do. Number 2 is to stop waiting for the perfect opportunity. There's more some like general life advice, because at the end of the day, there is no perfect time there to do anything. So most people who are stuck waiting, oh, I need to wait for this to be perfect, they're just prolonging it. There's some deeper reason why you're not doing it. Maybe because you're scared or something, which is totally fine to be scared, but you just can't let that fear hold you back from achieving what you really want out of life. You need to look at things with a what if it goes well rather than of what if it doesn't go well. So let's say you do post that piece of content. You might be waiting, oh, I need to wait till I get a $6,000 camera, or I need to wait till I've got a $5 million synth to start making content. No, like showing the come up of you sitting with your iPhone, recording with your shitty, half broken, cracked screen computer, and showing that process is going to resonate a lot more with people rather than you showing it perfectly. Everything is perfect. You've got cinematic, you've got Michael Bay, the director, Christopher Nolan editing and directing your short form content. Like it's too far gone. Like what is that Drake line? I'm so rich people can't even relate anymore, or something like that. So stop waiting for the perfect opportunity. There is not going to be a perfect time. Just post it, just do what you need to do, send that DM, shoot your shot at the end of the day. A quote I always like to say is, imperfect action is better than perfect inaction. So remember that, guys. Next thing is to stop ignoring the business side, because at the end of the day, if you want to take this full time, you want to make this your career, you can't just solely rely on making good music, because you could get 5 songs with Drake, but if you don't know how to properly register them, you don't know how to read a contract, you're going to get fucked over and you're not going to be able to get paid or compensated correctly. So spend at least 10 to 15 minutes a day reading, researching. Nowadays you got ChatGPT. You could easily search up like, what is performance royalties? What is mechanical royalties? What is a PRO? Break it down in simple terms. Explain it like I'm 5 years old. So that way you understand what the music business is and you understand, okay, cool. Now, how do I get paid? Ask ChatGPT, do some research. Okay, cool. Seeing as I'm with APRA, I need to register my songs, blah, 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 blah. This is how you register your songs. Okay, cool. Now, next time you get a song, now you know, okay, cool. I need to do this, this, and this to get properly compensated. So in that way, now you're building passive income from the music that you make today. So stop ignoring the business side. I see a lot of producers struggle making money doing this full time. So at the end of the day, learn the business side. It's going to help you more than you can imagine. Next thing is stop waiting to be discovered. If you're just waiting to be discovered, there's going to be a high level chance that you're never going to be discovered because say you've got 2 followers. Yeah, I'm not going to post any content. People are just going to find out about me. I'm the next big thing. It's like, are you just hoping on hopium, as we like to say, or and chance, rather than actually putting yourself out there, putting yourself in a position to be discovered by posting content, putting your stuff online and showing your face. So stop waiting to be discovered. That's, as I said before, you're just overdosing on hopium and all that. So another thing that I see a lot of producers make, another mistake, is stop hiding behind a logo or an anime profile picture. I hate that shit. People connect to other people. So you just need to put yourself out there, show your personality, because that's what people really resonate with and connect with. People like other humans. They don't just like numbers on a screen, text on a screen, and photos. They want to connect to the person. Like the reason why musicians get so like a cult fan base is because they actually connect to that person. Imagine if it was like an anime or like an AI making music. It's like you don't have that connection to them. No matter what they say, it's like, oh, I can't connect to them. They're just a robot. So it's the same thing. So stop hiding behind a logo or an anime profile picture. Show your face, show your personality, because that's what really builds trust and that connection. The next thing is stop trying to be mysterious. There's only some people that can pull it off well, but at that point, they've earned the right to be mysterious, like Playboy Cardi. Let's like look back like 7, 8 years ago. He was still doing interviews, he was still out in public performing, being outside, but now he's gotten to that point where he can be a bit more mysterious. Same with Yeet. Yeet was like spamming his music everywhere, but now he's gone to that point where he can be a bit more mysterious. He's earned that right. So rather than just coming out the gate, oh, I'm going to be mysterious, no one's going to know who I am, what I do. Yeah, it probably works for like 0.01% of people, but for majority of people, you have to actually go out there, show your face, build value, or like you just need to go outside, stop trying to be mysterious, stop trying to put on this act. At some point, you will be able to. Like, let's say use Metro or Kenny Beats for an example. At the peak of their career, they just went ghost. Like Kenny Beats did that recently. Metro did that a couple years ago, where they just got so big and then they decided to take a year off, and now they're coming back and like they're bigger than ever. So at some point, you will have earned the right to be mysterious, but during your come up, you just need to post everywhere. It's like some bullshit excuse that everyone's saying, oh, but I'm just trying to be mysterious. Anyway, the next point is the one that I probably hate the most, is to stop sending yo DMs or DMs with no value. This absolutely kills me. The amount of DMs I get every single day is from people saying yo, or let me send you loops, or stuff like that. It's so annoying, especially the yo or hey or my name, because it's just like, okay, what do you want? You could have spent an extra 2 seconds to tell me what you want or what you're looking to get, and maybe I would have given it a read. But like, it's just so annoying. The only people I would ever open like a yo DM would be from people who actually have motion or have something going on, because that's actually providing value. But if you've got like 2 followers, got an anime profile picture, you've posted screen recordings, or maybe you haven't, it's just like, why should I open your DM? So you need to give people a reason why to reply to your DM. So if you're struggling with DMing people and building genuine relationships, I've got a producer playbook, and inside that I have a networking guide with all the DMs, tips and tricks on where to find people, which I think you're going to learn a ton from. But shameless plug, on to the next. Stop holding on to beats. At the end of the day, like, you need to have your beats work for you and make your music work for you. So there's no point in making 10 beats a day, 5 summers in a row, as Kanye said, if all you're going to do is just put them on your laptop. Yes, there's some beats that you use that will be like your experimental beats, which you're just learning to get better, which at the start I completely understand. But then you're going to get to a point where you're just making beats for the sake of making beats, which, unless every single day you're experimenting and doing something new and all of that, like, you need to send that stuff out. Because imagine, let's just say, for example, you had 100 beats on your hard drive, and each of them, let's say they make you $10 a month or even $20 a month off that. if you do the calculations, if you put those 100 beats out there, that could make you an additional $1,000 to $2,000 a month just from putting your beats out there. And like $1,000 to $2,000 a month, I know that's pretty good money for some people. So stop holding on to your beats, or stop letting beats on your hard drive, and put them out to the world, because you never know. That beat you put on YouTube might become like the biggest beat, might change your life, and there's no point in keeping it on your hard drive. Another thing I see people struggle with, or producers struggle with, is when artists say, hey, hold this beat for me. At the end of the day, 90% of the time when people say that, nothing's ever going to happen to that beat. So there's no point in holding it for an artist. Yes, I understand, like, if it's Drake or Travis or like the big dogs, and what I would do in that situation is I would hold it for a specific period of time. But if I haven't heard anything since, or I get no new updates, or the people that are like, oh yeah, we don't know what's going on with it, then I'll just keep sending it out, because you never know. That one beat you're holding on dear life of that one artist, that the next artist that you send it to might be like the breakout hit. Like, what was it? I think Murder said Butterfly Effect originally went to Nicki Minaj or something, and Travis got on it, and like Butterfly Effect was like massive. It's still a global song. So you never know where a beat's going to go. So stop holding on to beats for artists or producers. Unless you get paid, or there's a contract, or it's released, just keep sending it out. And lastly, the number one thing that probably still even holds me back to this day is stop comparing yourself to other producers. This actually just like will kill your creativity and your confidence. So it's hard, because say you're in year one, you just started producing, and then you see some guy who's been producing for 10 years, and you're like, oh, how did I get to, how I want to be like Wheezy, I want to be like Metro. But they've been producing for like 10 plus years, while you're still in your first year, and you're comparing yourself to what they've done. Like, it just doesn't make sense to compare yourself at that point. And at the end of the day, like, everyone's path is different. So why should you compare someone else's path who had a completely different life to you to your path? The person you should really be comparing yourself to is the person you were yesterday. And so you also can't control what they have going on in their life. So you can only control what's going on in your life. So you need to figure out your goals, where you want to go, and be like, okay, cool, what can I do today to further get closer to my goal? And sometimes life isn't what it seems. So you might be comparing yourself, oh, I wish I was like Metro, I wish I was this, I wish I was like this person. But you don't know what's going on in their back end life. Like, you might think it's all sunshines and rainbows, but if you were to actually peek into their life, it's like, you would not want to be me. I think it's Elon that says, no one should ever want to be me, to be in my mind, because it's always a storm. Something along the lines of that. So just to stop comparing yourself to other people, and just focus on your journey, because at the end of the day, it's just going to kill your confidence and your creativity. So hopefully you guys implement at least one of these, or multiple of these, because I know all of these hold a ton of producers back. So let me know what type of videos you guys are trying to see. Let me know if these videos are super useful for you guys, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.